Hey, it's your boy, Mr. Marcus.
It's your boy, Royce P.
It's Chris Boyce.
And it's your boy, Anthony.
And we're Hamilton Park. And you're rocking with YouGotSoul.com.
Yeah. You know I got it.
All right, guys, so Hamilton Park, you just released the EP recently. For those who haven't heard it, what can they expect to find on there?
You can definitely just expect to hear the potency and get to know the potency of Hamilton Park. Get to know Mr. Marcus Lee in a very intimate way, Mr. Royce P. in a very intimate way, Chris Boyce in a very intimate way, and of course your boy Anthony in an intimate way. It's Hamilton Park.
It's about time to do. We didn't go get any big major producers. We wanted you to, for this first piece, get to know us. Absolutely. Get to know us individuals. Like you said.
Cool. And you guys just shot the video for the remix of Thing Called Us with Jermaine Dupri. I want to hear how that collaboration came together.
Man, we actually shot that 2 days before we left to start our tour. JD came through. It was a fast-paced day. He came through and he brought his own girl to the video. So that's JD for you. And it was just a fun experience, to be an Atlanta child, to grow up on the streets of Cleveland, East Point College Park, and
Riverdale,
East Side, to have that Jermaine Dupri Atlanta stamp. He's the king of remix. It was so fun. He was out there doing the Atlanta stuff with us. It was a good experience.
Cool. Yeah, I love how that one came out, guys. Great job.
It was a party.
And now on the EP, you guys did the cover of a Guy's song. So now I just talked to Andre, and he said that was his idea. Will you give him credit for that?
He can get all. He get that.
Absolutely.
He come on. We made guys. They get all that credit. It only made sense for us to do that record. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, and I think he informed us that was one of his favorite records from Guy, and so just to have a new creation such as Hamilton Park to recreate.
He's already done.
The Guy record, it was just a wonderful thing. And like I said, we would sit in the studio playing it back over and over and over again. And Dre would just sit in the chair and just rock the whole time. Rock and smile. But, it's just a wonderful thing, man. It's a great thing just being tied into that whole legacy of Andre. It's just a wonderful experience.
Good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Now, what made you want to decide to go the EP route rather than, put the full album out? What's...
Just so people, it was such a demand. People wanted something to touch. We do it for the Sheets, and we do it for the Sheets Reloaded had been out for a while. They really wanted something to touch. People wanted something they can buy and support us. So, we had to give them something. So we put the EP out and just want you to get familiar with this.
And also at that time, our mixtapes were us at a little premature state. You know what I'm saying? That was our, young, you know what I'm saying? Then we transferred into a young man. And as Andre Harrell says, we put love back into the universe. So this was like our first mix of records where we actually, use love in the forefront in a more, tasteful and graceful, sensual way that, the young ladies could definitely understand and appreciate and love. So.
Okay. And you guys have recently been on the Scream tour. What's that whole experience been like? Talk about it.
Oh man, it's the 10th anniversary of the Scream tour right now. The next generation, just being a part of that is a very humbling experience. Just watching Lil Bow Wow. When the Scream tour was coming up, Chris Brown, T.I., Pretty Ricky, and right now we're on that same platform for our careers to just pretty much do the same thing that theirs did. It's very humbling, we're very appreciative. Shouts out to everybody that works.
Michael Malden,
the whole Scream staff. And just to see how they organize and get us young people, us young artists. One day I was just sitting around looking at all the artists are just so young, and they have these overheads just really taking us city to city, getting us pushed, getting people to know us. It's been selling out. Out of the shows, 5 or 6 shows have been sold out. 2 people had to get carried out when they were singing. It's real. So the Scream tour, I see why it's called the Scream tour.
See why it's called the Scream tour. And we got mobbed in St. Louis.
Oh man!
Shout out to St. Louis. We were going to go do our autographs. And a group of young ladies saw us first, and they just started screaming. And it turned to all the girls just started
to the lobby of ladies.
It turned to the whole building.
West lost his shoes. They was putting on the jacket.
It's stuff you see in movies, but it really happens.
That's cool. Good stuff. And now, talk to me about what it's like, sticking together as a group. Because, a lot of the groups I grew up listening to, in the 90s, a lot of them broke up. They're no longer together. And, for you guys as a group, what's the biggest challenge of, just making this work as a group?
Well, first, I just like to say this. We have a bond that's, like none other. And what I mean by that is there was one night, I was on the other side of the city, and I was thinking about my brother. And I called him, and he said, yo, I was thinking about you too at the same moment. And it was just crazy. And one time and that was Chris' voice. And then there was one time I was with a girl, and my brothers have been telling me, these are my older brothers now, they've been telling me, like, Royce, now we know you're going to do your thing, but leave that girl alone. But I was at her house, and for someone was like, yo, go check your phone, because I left it in the car, because I knew they was going to be calling. Blowing them up. And I went to my car, I had heck of missed phone calls, voicemails and stuff. But that's where it starts, man. It's the bond. And, you know, a family that prays together stays together. So we pride ourselves on it. And we grew up in the church, you know what I'm saying? So we have a solid foundation. Yes, sir. And we know what we all know each other's background. Yeah. We all respect each other's background. We all appreciate each other's background. Everybody's family. You know what I'm saying? It's like Chris' mom is my mom. Aunt's mom is my mom. Marcus's mom is my mother. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is, you know. So
the bond, cool. We really pride ourselves on having that bond. A lot of groups don't take the time to do that.
Yeah, all right, cool. And now, you know, you guys mentioned outside one of your major influences was Jagged Edge, and now I already hear the comparisons, especially now you did the remix with JD. So, how do you feel about those comparisons?
It's so close to each other, you know. We're from Atlanta. They're from Atlanta. JD was on our remix. JD signed them. Yeah, it's you know, it's dope. So
And Mr. Marcus didn't mention this, but October 11th, we had an official EP release party.
It's more like not an end, it's like but yeah. You mentioned it? Keep going, I couldn't. It's cool. Oh, okay, my bad. That wasn't, hey, look, it wasn't, Anthony does this on stage. He'll take your note, and he'll take your pics.
He said, but yeah, let me tell you though.
But anyway, so Jagged Edge is in the building, obviously, and you know, they came up on stage and just basically just gave us the torch. It was like, yo, you guys, you know what I mean, y'all are the next, and they just, you know, just really gave us words of wisdom, words of encouragement, and just really poured into our lives as a body, you know, and as a group, coming from a group that's from Atlanta that we look up to, that we studied and we listened to. You know what I mean? It was just a wonderful experience. Like Mr. Marcus said, it's like the whole room just stood still. Yeah. But for that moment, you know, for them to say those words to us, the whole room stood still.
Yeah. And it's just, we have a couple people that's passing us the torches in this direction.
Slim
from 112. You know, he came and sat down with us in the studio and just really just poured into us and started talking about songs. And earlier, we heard Scotty, aka Jason. We heard him talking about Boys to Men speaking highly of us.
Wow.
Yes.
So that's man, we're doing it right now, man.
Yeah.
It can even go as far as back to, we have a support from your Tony. Like, they've been supporting us from the rip. Yeah. Like when nobody really knew who we was. Like they specifically Dwayne. He really helped us support and talk to us and told us, you know, y'all in the group.
And he played on one of our tracks.
After the night.
Yeah,
okay.
That's his guitar solo.
From Tony. Yeah. No one knows that. This is the first time we actually told people. That's Dwayne Wiggins on
Okay. That's cool. Yeah. I'm actually real glad to hear that, you know, as a fan of R&B, that they're passing down the torch to all these groups, and that makes me feel real good especially about you guys for the future.
Bring it back to the forefront, man.
Yeah, definitely. So, you know, what can we expect next from you? You got the EP out now. You know, what's coming next?
Well, since we've been on the Scream tour, like, we don't want to name anything specific, but we're about to flood your media. It, like, so much is open up. About the second show we had offers. The third show, it's more stuff start coming in. So it's showtime.
Yeah, okay.
Just to sum it all up, just stay tuned, because this is just the beginning. The best is yet to come. And I can't wait to see what the end is going to be with these guys. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I mean, I'm talking about 30, 50 years down the road.
I'm trying to get a new addition on.
You know what I mean?
Hopefully Aunt Belly don't be...
Hopefully Roy's head don't be...
And we're gonna be right there. That was a good little. That was some good jabs and power swings right there.
And make sure you check us out at our website, you know, at www.hamiltonparkmusic.com.
Or you can hit us up on Twitter at Hamilton_Park, because if you follow us,
we gonna follow you.
We do. We really do.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys.